you, but
Yeah.
I guess you wanted to have some viewers guys too.
All right. Well, we're live. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. Today we are joined with Jan from Arendal Sound. Jan, introduce yourself. I don't want to mess up your last name.
Yeah, it's Jan. That's correct pronounced. So my name is Jan. I'm the owner and the manager of Arendal Sound, and yeah, we're here to throw anything at you by the questions and machines. Yeah, podcast.
Yeah. So let's talk about the speakers. Give us a little history on the speakers. I think you started like L Sound or something, right? Company history.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we started the business in 2005 as Elson. It's still Elson behind the brand. Um, so what we did in 2005, we kind of specialized in importing brands which were not presented in the European market and Scandinavian market. So we kind of were one of the pioneers, at least here in Scandinavia, to bring the business to consumer market. And yeah, we've been trying to nail down the business of business to consumer and try to be the better at it. I mean, that's the kind of the mentality of the concept throughout
Mm-hmm.
Elson and Arnold Sound, business to consumer. To kind of the key is kind of always been okay to deliver good quality and for the money, but it's the customer level and the customer support that's always been kind of the soul of the business.
Mm-hmm. And you guys launched with the big boys, the 1723s, which let me just bring that up.
Yeah,
I first came across these when because I was a M&K user for many years, and I've always been a fan of THX speakers. And then I came across your speakers at the THX website, and I thought they were like really great looking. And so that's how I came across these guys, your guys' speakers. And I was fortunate enough to have you guys lend me a set, and I liked them
yeah.
so much I kept them. I sold my M&Ks. But speak about these guys and like the design direction that you guys went into. You know, with like your waveguide and all that, and like your build quality. Because I noticed the build quality on your speakers are just so much better than the stuff that we have here in the states. Because I think here, like you'll see the stuff you see at Best Buy, and like the cabinets are really thin. They might be like MDF or cheaper quality, but your speakers are like so dense and heavy. I think you guys use a thicker wood, the HDF.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the when we started the whole concept in 2014 for Arnold Sound, the one thing for us to launch a brand was not a generic brand because that's already in the market. So for us, this was like kind of obviously it has to sound good, perform good, but it also has to have all the qualities aspects to it. With the 1723 speakers, um, we use the HEF. It's about up to double the density of most generic MDF.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's much more dense, heavier. We use up to 50 millimeters walls, baffles. Um, the result of it is kind of significant to when you do an A/B test of the same cabinet, same components inside it, and it is affecting the dynamics. So the dynamics are improved by the more dense cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't vibrate that much, from it's rock solid. So any movement will affect the dynamics. So that's one of the key aspects to the dynamics from what you do here from the system. Um, and we chose the waveguide to. There's more benefits of it, but the one of them is that you have the dispersion control, so kind of the power response throughout the whole speaker are in one. You feel you have one speaker. You don't have any. It doesn't have any can pinpoint where
Yeah.
the different sections are. So that is thanks for the waveguide. It also kind of gives you a good benefit from small rooms, near wall, side walls of the dispersion control. So yeah, we also landed that in. We were so happy with the waveguide, and that's kind of one of the so parts of our mentality of the sound. We obviously want to use that going to the 1961 series we just launched, and it has many of the benefits to it.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed with the waveguide, you get a really big, wide sound stage. That's something that was missing from the M&Ks. And I've been auditioning the B&W speakers, and I do miss having the waveguide in there because everything was just so much bigger sounding. Like movies had a big, grand sound to it. It was very cinematic sounding. And
Yeah.
when I went away from the waveguide, everything got a little bit smaller sounding.
And also the benefit from it is that when you have the dispersion control and the phase response, the polar response throughout the whole frequency response, is that when you also have an off axis, if you have friends and the size of the sweet spot, they also have a pretty good sound stage. You don't only
Yeah.
hear the closest speaker, you actually have wide, spacious sound instead of narrow down to the single speaker. That's also one of the. One thing is that we have that mentality, but this is kind of what we love about the designs, and that the reviewers and the customers are also reporting the same thing. So that's also really appreciated from our side.
And it's the same build quality with your new speakers, right? The 1961, still HDF and everything.
Yes, HGF. Some parts are a little bit narrowed down. It's not that thick, but it's just more like down to millimeters of the difference from the 1961 to the 73. They are as kind of dense of the cabinet, the total cabinet, because they are smaller. You don't, the larger cabinets, the larger walls you have, the larger areas, the thicker the cabinet needs to be. So, yeah, they share the same density of throughout the acoustic, composition.
And these are, and just for everybody, like these are your new ones that are coming out in July, and you are offering a giveaway for a pair of the bookshelf models, which let's bring them up real quick here. Let me see if I can show a picture of them. So the bookshelves are on pre-order right now. They're $6.99.
Yes.
And this, and I'm happy to see that you have American prices on here now, some U.S. prices.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. But all you guys got to do, if you guys want to be entered, obviously you have to be a subscriber of the channel, and you got to leave a comment down below and let us know which speakers that you have in your current system right now, and are you guys looking to possibly upgrade to Arendal speakers? Because if you win a pair of these, chances are you're going to want to upgrade your entire system. So make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment down below of what speakers you use in your system. And also during today's chat, if we answer a couple questions and we read them out loud, we'll send you a free Arendal Sound mug. And just make sure you contact me after the stream to give me your shipping address, and I'll relay that back to Jan. So let's talk about the new lineup here.
Yeah.
These are smaller, of course.
Yeah, definitely. They are a lot smaller than that was kind of the core background of it. We had a lot of customers wanting the Arendal Sound, image, the sound, but they had to have a smaller package, a smaller system, and we spent over 2 years on this because we could easily spend 6 months or whatever, to present the product for you to, just have an average generic sound quality aspect of it. But we had our own goals, we have our own tight demands that we need to fulfill. But we know that our customers want the quality based on the previous 1723 speakers. So what we have done is that with the 1961 is that, like you said, the same HEF cabinets. We have still we avoid as much we can on the plastic. We use magnetic fastening grills, and so we try to move what we knew, the know-how, the technology from the 1723 to 1961 series, and so the result is that we have a package much smaller, much less expensive, and with this, you have the you definitely know it's an Arendal Sound speaker when you listen to it. Obviously, it's a downscale. Most of the parts, many customers are asking, what's the difference? Is there any difference? Yes, they are, because you have to scale down, processor, the trigger, but everything is built on the same concepts, same technology. We reuse a lot of the tweeter driver, a lot of everything. So they, from the price point, I would say you get even more for the money from the price point, the 1961, than the amazing 1723. We had to really twist our brains to, and thanks for, my team and the engineering team, the product manager, Thomas here. He's an amazing guy that tweaked out the last bits and pieces. For most customers who are, we launched these in end of last year, 19, and the last changes, which I hope you and the customers are appreciating. That's why we delayed 2 or 3 months with the launch. We had to do this last 3 weeks. And then you had the COVID-19, which kind of delayed that. That's why more like we see it at the end of July. So we are about 6-7 months late, but I think customers will be appreciating it.
I see a couple differences here. I see the no longer bi-wireable, so no bi-wires. It's not bi-wireable on the 1961.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we just need to slim down, because those 1723 connectors are insanely expensive. That's rhodium plated copper, and just one is really expensive. So this is the thing that we had to do, $1 here, $1 there, but we didn't kind of skim where it matters. We didn't kind of skim down on the major topics of the speaker. We have what we did actually from the last tweaks had a pretty good cost increase for us. That's something we took on our end, and because we already stated the retail prices. So it's just those were really hard for us to do, because in the beginning we had been discussing internally. Okay, do we want to do a vinyl on the 1961? Do we want to have grill pins? Do we want to have? So we stopped there, but the product was not where we wanted. It didn't have the premium feeling anymore. It was more like the generics, feeling of most speakers out there in this price range. So we have gone many rounds of. Actually, we have upgraded our own products from the both in terms of visual effects and quality aspects, and also sound-wise. So, but I guess in the long run, that's good for the customers. Obviously, we hope so.
And I know you guys are still making dipoles. You're one of the few people that are still making dipoles. But I do like the fact that you can use them in dipole mode or tripole mode. or monopole mode. But you still recommend doing dipole or tripole rather?
Yes, we we have many customers asking for it because Dolby Atmos they don't recommend a dipole and such. You know that those soundstage, those sounds sources, and they we we agree. You know, a pure dipole it's not the best for those formats, but we we always tell the customers to try out the triaxial design. I
Mm.
mean, because it really connects um, acoustically is so much better. It still has the directivity from because you know the tweeter and the front woofer is in phase. Then you have the side drivers, 3-inch full range side drivers on 961 surrounds are as wired as dipole. But the combination is making, to us, it makes a big difference. We always recommend them to try it, and then they can test it if they
Yeah.
don't like it. But we feel in most cases that it creates the best soundstage, even if you have a dipole effect on the sides, but because you still have that directivity. Because that's more the the directivity has much more energy than the dipoles, anyways. So that's where we stand. But we understand sound is not kind of a it's always a discussion, right?
Yeah. I played around with it a little bit. Sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I thought it was a little harder to pinpoint. Sometimes like it was harder. I could hear it, but it sounded like it
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit bigger than I would like it to sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rather than just coming straight at you. So it was a little bit bigger than would have liked on
yeah.
certain movies.
Mm.
And then like this is the new one. I was excited to see that you guys came out with a height speaker.
Yeah. I guess every second the customer so far has been asking for it.
Yeah.
Doing these rounds. We we would like to see it as a multi speakers because you know you can use it. It will sound as the bookshelf, so you can still use that on wall or you know lower. Some people have also placing the speakers lower than actually used to because of some arrangements in their homes, you know, living room, for example, so they can actually have it lower and pointing upwards. So this is kind of a dedicated speaker, sits on the tower. So that's customized to sit on the tower. It also has a rubber back, so it sits really tight and nicely on the tower.
Right.
Um, and that can also be mounted on wall or in ceiling. So we have already received a lot of orders on it, and most customers will be using it as a in-ceiling speaker for Atmos use.
Where's the 1973 version?
You don't see any, but it will come. It will come.
It's coming. Okay.
Yeah, we're working on it now. So
Um,
it's good. So no one else knows, but you know now.
yeah, we won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Um, I think I saw a question here for you. Where was it? I lost it. Where was it?
But the good thing while you're searching for it, it's
Yeah.
that the the sound from the 1961s are it's in the same category, so you can we have designed it so you can actually mix and match the 1961 and 17. That's
Oh,
how
so
good the 1961s are. So that's why we have kind of um, you know borrowed some time by launching the 1961s on the high speaker because this is the speaker that we normally will recommend even a 1723 system because it
hmm
will not kind of mess up your sound stage or it won't kind of affect it in a bad way. This is a really premium Atmos speaker. So
right, right.
But it's
Yeah.
going to be so. But for those, we understand how customers are, and me, myself, and the team, they want the same series throughout, and they would
Yeah.
appreciate the 1723 for their current system. So they will get it.
Here's a question from Scott McKenzie. Any news on in-wall or in-ceiling speakers?
Yes, it's not going to happen this year, but it's definitely on the drawing table. And I hope we can land this product maybe within 12 to 18 months. We have had our hands full this year, so it's. I can say more than that. We will see it. We will see it come.
All right, so Scott McKenzie, you win yourself an Arendal Sound coffee mug. So if you want to get that, then shoot me a private message or send me an email. You can always find my email in the video's description. So thanks for the question. Let's move on over to the new subwoofers. I got to check out the new 1961 subwoofer a few months back, but now you came out with some bigger ones, new replacements.
Yeah.
For the 1973s.
Mm-hmm.
What are the big changes here we're looking at?
First of all, the background of it was kind of to have, as you see on the 1961s, it's the same platform, the DSP platform. Obviously, you have a stronger platform, stronger DSP, microchip controllers and everything. But you have, our goal is that we have a platform, a DSP platform. We build majority of the platform we built on the 1961, and we want to use that for the. Obviously now we launch it on a bigger product line on the 1723. So it's kind of we want to build on it, and it's going to have future products built on the same platform. As it's app ready, that's one of the big things for us. I would say for customers in general, they've been asking for the app.
Yeah.
You also ask for it.
Yeah.
It's the app is more like for the convenience part, right? And but because you have all the control aspects on the amplifier itself. So that's the new thing. As for performance, they are performing up to 150% more. So up to. That doesn't mean every part, every frequency is performing up to, but in general, it's about 50%, 50 plus percent more performance. The driver itself is a new construction. It has 50% more excursion. It can handle more power. It's by far the best design what we have seen in measurements in terms of linearity and distortion and how it kind of behaves even at full power. It doesn't create any noise, mechanical noises from being pushed hard. We know already that we have the concerns about when you have higher excursion, more performance. Really digs deeper, much deeper, going lower than the previous subwoofers, the legacy we call it now, the current ones. But the dynamics has also increased. We feel it has increased by a lot, not just by a little. There's definitely a noticeable increase in dynamics too. So you have, so to wrap it up, you have improved dynamics, you have more power, you have much deeper response, extension. Subsonic filter doesn't kick in before 10 Hertz, so you have full power from the new amplifier platform. That's kind of one of the basics. The design of it are the same as the current subs. So if you have one, if you have, for example, a Subwoofer 3 and you want to have a similar design subwoofer, you can go for 2V and it just looks the same.
Yep.
The driver looks the same, even if it's not the same. everything. So the only thing, if you look back on Subwoofer, then you have a completely new redesigned amplifier. It does not have anything to do with the old one. As I said, it's built on the same DSP platform as the 1961s, just by the much larger resolution display for much easier use of all the feature sets. So we have added tons of features to the platform, and I would say it's most of the some features are you know we're kind of more like a alone in the market to have. So for people are using a subwoofer not only for one system today, different systems. They do all kinds of connections, setups. They want to tweak, and so they have everything they can ask for.
And they have the dual inputs still, right, from the 1961, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have dual inputs, and you have it also in XLR. So
Okay,
you can trigger. You can set up the different inputs if you have one stereo system. If you have an AVR, some people are combining one subwoofer with that. This is kind of the one to go to product, because this is actually handling all that. Because you don't need any splitters, which is not best case, because you need to unwind, hook it and pop it up again. You can use this new platform with just by setting things up, and it just senses on the inputs of which system you use, and it locks down on signal, and you can use that on if it's AVR or the stereo system.
Really quick. Thank you for the super chat, Ralph Spataro. He says, I really love the white gloss, and it has been an eye keeper. It's hard to justify how things sound from their specs, and these look impressive. I would like a review from Spare Change against SVS Ultras. Well, just so you guys know, that I should be getting in some the 1961s in soon for review, so be on the lookout for that. But thanks for the super chat, Ralph. What else are we going to say here? And you guys are still doing the dual pose drivers, 13.8 inchers.
Yeah, it's still built on the same size of the driver, but again, it's a different beast. We use the dual drivers, dual opposing driver configuration on the 2V and the 2S. So 2 stand for two drivers, S stand for sealed, V stand for vented. Even the vented, you come with a port slot. You get a port plug, which you can actually seal it. So it sounds and feels like actually 2V can sound and feel like a 2S, just with more performance. Don't know. The dual opposing driver configuration is also a big thing when it comes to dynamics, because since this is a push-push configuration, you have all the forces which happens inside the cabinet are more or less total cancelled. So even at 110 dBs, if you have your hand on top of the cabinet, it's really, you almost can't hear or feel it's vibrating. And as I mentioned, by the dynamics, the more the cabinets are more solid, then the more dynamics you have. So this is kind of a big thing for the extra touch of dynamics that you get from these two driver configurations than a single driver. Even though the 1S has an incredible good dynamics, the 2S and the 2V has that extra edge dynamics. That's a big thing sound-wise.
Yeah, and these play down to, 17 hertz, I think it was?
Yes.
Or 12.5?
Yeah, you get tons of performance down to all the way to 12. Mm-hmm. And in room, you just goes down what your room is allowing it to. The subsonic filter is keeping at 10 hertz. that's just by protecting the system itself, the power supply, the amplifier, the driver, and everything. We just stopped it there. So, but on the other side, the other side is that we have full power down to 10 hertz. So we don't kind of compromise. So we have full-blown 800 and 1200 watts down to 10, and then we cut it.
And these are pretty heavy, huh? They're 138 pounds, 132 pounds. Huh. I was surprised. I was telling you earlier that I got the 18 inchers in, and yours actually weighs more than the 18 inchers. That's a little crazy.
Yeah, they're heavy. You probably don't want to carry them by yourself. But I know some do. Some do. They don't have the time for the friend to come over.
What do you suggest for? What's your preference, sealed or vented?
Sealed.
Oh, all right. So you're a sealed guy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but that's if you have the performance and the kind of it has to. Yeah, it just have to prove itself by having obviously the performance and the how it extends down below 20 hertz. So the 2S will be the 2S and even the 1S being a rather compact solution. It's pretty impressive when you have a small compact unit generating that kind of dynamic and pace. So we're pretty thrilled about it.
Well, how do you feel that if you're using the 2V in sealed mode compared to the S?
I would say if you obviously have the budget for it, or if you have size for it, I would go for the 2V because you have the extra layer of flexibility. Because you can go wild and do the port configuration, but you still have the option to seal it. So by sealing the 2V has the same impulse response and the same dynamics as the 2S. So the only downside is obviously the $500 more and the bigger box, because it's pretty much a lot bigger than the 2S.
Just little off topic, really quick. What does 1961 stand for?
It is when the bridge from the mainland to the island where I live that was the year when it was built, because the 1961 is kind of the mentality and the concept behind is that to build a bridge between so for the how to say this really quickly. It's kind of to present, offer premium products to everyone, right? So we build a bridge to offer the 1723 quality to everyone. That's the basics.
So, can you ask Arendal plans to allow North American sellers? Currently, I see they're only in the EU, only with global shipping options. So, when are you guys coming to the US? Distributors.
That may never happen.
Why not? Oh, because of
because but that has not been decided yet, because the thing is that if we start with distributors and dealers, we will probably see the pricing going up. It's just a matter of what people want. I think in the long run, if we can have a good consumer direct concept for the American customers being presented locally in US with customer support, warehousing, so we can fulfill all that for as a regular US company. We just believe that business consumer, the e-commerce business is kind of where the future takes us. You can just see this is a good example of the COVID-19. This has brought most e-commerce businesses pretty good far out, because in a good way, because they have increased their business. that's just an example of how things like be kind of looking forward instead of looking backward in terms of how you distribute your products. I think we will not have any distributors in the US. We may have dealers. We are talking about custom installers because that fits our concept. So they appreciate our concept and we appreciate theirs because it is a nice fit. So, but it's the US market is just really open in here and nothing is set. I don't want to promise anything which is not happening. So that's where we stand.
I mean, you guys do have the 60 days buy and try period, which is pretty good. That's 2 months to try it out if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And from personal experience, I mean, these guys ship pretty quickly. I think you guys ship like on a Monday or something like that. I got it on like a Thursday, so it was only a couple days. Only a couple days to wait, and it was through DHL. So if
Yeah.
you guys are interested in trying them out, I mean, you guys got 2 months to try it out. You'll get it in just a few days if you don't order it on a Thursday or Friday. Just order it on a Monday, and you'll get it within the week. But definitely, just buy it and try it. Like I said in the video, I'm sure once you guys get these in your hands, you feel the build quality and the construction that it pretty much beats. I think most of the stuff here that I've seen, like our local Best Buy or PC Richards or something like that, unless you're spending a lot more money. Like the build quality on the Arendal speakers are kind of like, I would say like a really high end like B&W or a really high end Martin Logan type of fit and finish. Whereas if you're looking at like the cheaper kind of like Klipsch type of quality, or maybe like an SVS Ultra, the Arendals are just better quality built speakers. It's just a fact. I know I've had them all. But 60 days is it's pretty generous. And I would say, Eric Chan, thank you for your question. Hit me up in the email, and then we'll have a mug sent out to you. So thanks for the question, Eric Chan. What else did you want to touch on, Jan? We
Well,
got the web shop, the words.
yeah. Well, the arendalsound.com is for the global sales, including US in US dollar, and shipping is also calculated on the fly. So add your products to the shopping cart. It will calculate. Pay by Stripe, the credit card. People will be added later.
Hmm.
Everything is sorted out in the shopping cart. It's Express, like you said, Shane, DHL Express. We charge a fraction of the actual cost. To kind of, one thing is that the pricing of the products is pretty decent, robust pricing, but the shipping also is really discounted. So most of the shipping which is added in the shopping cart is supported by us. It's obviously to offer a decent solution for even if you're not known, even if you are not stated in the.
Yeah, I mean the prices for the 1961s are very competitively priced, and if they sound anything like the bigger ones, like the 1973s, then 1723s, they should be a knockout as far as like performance per dollar, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, just yesterday we got the first review too from Stereo Plus here in Norway. So we did it again. So this stated us we managed it again. So that's a good statement. So we are happy to see that. So they appreciated the last touches we did with the speakers.
And the return shipping is that's included too? Return shipping?
No, we charge it, but it's the same thing that we covered most of the cost of it. So
Mm.
we always try to minimize the cost aspect for the customer, risk of it. We need to charge some of it, but we always work to have logistics solutions to improve and have lesser cost for the customer. Down the road, the best way for us and the customer would be obviously have free shipping both ways. We understand that some are practicing it by having free shipping both ways, but right now it's, it wouldn't make sense for us being in Europe, and it wouldn't be sustainable.
Hmm.
But down the road, we hope we can land it.
Right. Okay. I think that's it. I think we'll just I think we'll cap it up here at 40 minutes, Jan. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Again, guys, if you want to enter to win a pair of these bookshelf speakers, let me just bring that up on the screen again. They're $6.99 a pair. All you have to do is in the comment section, just comment like what you guys are using for your home theater speakers right now, or your two-channel system. I'm sure once you get these in, these will make a fine two-channel system as well. Pair up with your favorite subwoofer, or maybe the 1961 subwoofer. Just leave a comment down below, either in the chat or in the comment section. Let me know what is in your system right now, and then if you are chosen, Jan will ship these out to you. And just so you know, build quality on these are fantastic. I can only imagine these are going to be built the same way. And you're going to be, listen, keep away from the horns and go with the waveguide. You know what I'm talking about. But all right, Jan, thanks for joining us today, and I look forward to getting the 1961 speakers in for review. I'm sure they're going to be a knockout.
Thanks,
Yeah, definitely. Guys, definitely, if you guys want to catch the audio portion of this, I'll leave some links down below if you want to listen to this on podcast and audio form in iTunes or on Spotify. I'll leave links in the video's description. Again, thanks to Jan. Be subscribed to the channel to enter the giveaway, and we'll see you guys again in the next one. See ya.
Bye.